Hey everybody, it is a Sunday morning and I am here with my sister, Melissa National. How are you? How you doing?
Good. I'm good. I'm here with you, so everything's good.
Yeah, so today we're just going to be doing, I think it's important that she creates a media kit finally. She has over 270,000 followers on TikTok and she's already been having a lot of brands reach out to her for her rates and things like that. So something that's important for people who are going the social media route, the influencer route is, or fragrance reviewer route, is to have a social media kit that they can send to these brands talking about what brands they've worked with. So it's important that people or businesses or, you know, fragrance businesses that want to send you things or that want to have you speak about their products and stuff know the background of what you've worked with, because that just adds legitimacy to you so that you can be compensated correctly in the future for certain things, right? So we're gonna start building her stuff. It's been something that I think we've kept pushing off for a while now, and we're just gonna get into it. I think I'm gonna be using Canva.
Okay.
And just guiding us through this whole process.
Cool.
So a few things that I'm gonna need from you: statistics.
Okay.
Which are basically your overall views or things that have high numbers.
Okay.
Associated with it, because when you're working with these brands, they're like, oh, how highly does she get seen? Whether it's on TikTok for a For You page or what's her engagement percentage like on Instagram, things like that. So for example, this one, they already have something pre-filled, but this girl has like a blog and it says 2.4 million website hits, or 2.4 million people have like clicked onto her website. And basically, again, her building legitimacy for herself. So in terms of, I think what's big for you is TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Instagram is another one that's big for you, and YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So those are the three things that we'll focus on when we're sending these to brands. Now for the fun part is we get to put in kind of how it's starting to look out here, right? In this blank area, we're going to be putting in the logos of the brands that she's worked with, again, to build legitimacy. All right, after figuring out all of the brands that she's worked with, what statistics we wanted to push out there, what services she wanted to offer, as well as rates and contact information, I have finished building it for her. So I'm going to show you the example that I have. There are a few kind of like black boxes that are just meant out to blur out her contact information, but this is essentially what it kind of looks like. Here we have, you know, her name, what she is. This is her contact information, a little brief about me section. I don't want it to be more than like 2 paragraphs because you just want to give a light background about what you do, who your audience is, and why, like what kind of drives you to keep doing this. Here we have a brief stats area. So we pushed out her highest generating or her highest following, which is of course TikTok. But something that I did note here, the closer you get to it, is I noted which one is her fastest growing platform. So YouTube, although right now she's listed as 4.5K subscribers, like we just did this maybe 2 days ago, but she's already close to maybe I think 4.6, 4.7. And that's going to keep growing. So we're going to have to keep updating this as we go, as well as her Instagram followers. You could use different metrics here, but since we have 2 pages of her social media kit, the more specific stats are going to come into the second page. And so you want this one to kind of be very like, boom, captivating. Here's who I've worked for, brands that I have worked for. If you're looking for a brand section and maybe you're just starting out, you know, maybe we can make this a testimonials page or something else. But I'll share my Fiverr link down below if anybody wants to have a conversation about that and to see what we can do about that. So here's what I'm talking about, where we have a stats section. At first I was gonna just do 2 things, but I realized if we're gonna be offering, or she is gonna be offering services around all 3, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, then we need to go a little bit more in depth of what her engagement rates are, or her engagement statistics are. So she has a global reach section, top 5 cities, Women to men ratio is very important so that brands can figure out who they're going to be targeting or adapting to. The monthly views, profile visits, all of these things are really great things to have, as well as a picture that really shows her in her element. And of course, at the very bottom of the second page are the services that are offered. She's seen the finished social media kit already, but I'm gonna show it to her again, and then
super excited.
I think I already showed you all, but tell me, what do you really like about it?
So what I like is that right when you look at it, it already has like the numbers, because these brands, like, they care about your numbers of like your views, your subscribers, your followers and stuff like that. So I like that that is kind of the first thing you see, you know, right there. And then right underneath that, you have all the brand logos of the people that I've worked with, which kind of shows the legitimacy and just like my history of like the experiences that I have. And then the about me is the last part that gets my attention, because also it's like in smaller font and things like that, but you can just kind of browse through it. And then scrolling here, I love the stats. I love that it's broken up by like, okay, it's not just it's not just like cities in the United States, it's like a global reach kind of thing of like, okay, these are countries that are paying attention to like my videos and things like that, and like these people in these countries are buying from my recommendations as well, you know what I mean? And then there's the breakdown with how much percentage of women versus men, which like ranges vastly on like each platform. It's crazy. Like really TikTok is like 80% women or 86% women, and like on YouTube it's 59% men, you know, so it kind of flips and things like that. But I love this. I love it. It's like straight to the point. And it just like, at first glance, you like, if you want to move forward with this person, you already know, you know what I mean? It's like nothing that you have to go digging and searching, and it'll irritate you because you're trying to find these like important details. It's like, no, it's right in front of your face. So you can't miss it even if you tried. Yeah. So I love this. Oh my God.
So you're happy with it?
Hell yeah, I'm happy with this. You kidding me? I already sent this out.
That was my next question is like, how do you send this out to people? Or like, do you send it out after brands reach out to you, or do you send it out to brands that you want to work with? Like, you personally, how would you use this?
I would do it both ways, because there have been times where brands are like, hey, like, what's your email? We want to ask you if you want to, like, you know, they're like, we want to get in contact with you for this collaboration. Please send me a media kit and your rates and things like that. So it's gone both ways, but for the most part, this one, Dar right here, is the one that has helped me with initiating me going out on the offense and sending out, you know, emails or DMs via Instagram to brands I want to work with, being like, hey, here's what I've got going on. But I didn't even have a media kit when I was doing that before. But now I think that this is such like a much more professional way to do it. You know, and it's just, it's crispy.
I think, especially because now she's accumulated all those brands that she has worked with before. You know, like when you first start out, you probably don't need to have a media kit. She definitely didn't need one. She was just being authentic with her audience. The brands like to see that. So it would go both ways in the beginning too, right? Like you would reach out to them and say, hey, I have X amount of following and my followers want to know more about your fragrances. Is there a way that we can like work together? And then they would eventually have that, or brands would reach out to you and say like, hey, what are your rates? Or like, can you send over some stuff because we want to work with you?
Exactly. Yeah. And like one in the past has asked me for a media kit and I had no idea what it was. So like I kind of just, I screenshotted my things, but it wasn't as like clear as this. So like, I consider this like a resume for people like myself that are in like content creation and things like that. So it's like a little
I think the higher up you go, even it doesn't even have to be like 270,000 followers or something like that. If you're noticing that brands are starting to reach out to you more, or that you want to be on the offense too and start connecting with brands and getting your name out there, like this is a great way to kind of very concisely put a little bit about who you are, what you do, what your niche is.
This is fire. I love this a lot, Dar. She really she put this together so fast, and it's just, it's amazing. It's amazing.
I love doing the background areas for it. But there you go. That's kind of her thought of, and I definitely like worked with her. She was sitting right next to me at the beginning of this video, and I was just asking her questions about like, what do you want highlighted? what brands, because there's definitely a lot more specifically for her that on the brands I've worked with sections, but these are the ones that really, I want to say, are like widely known.
A little bit more popular. These are more on the niche side, but everybody knows Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Yeah, but I love it. I think it's great. You're going to be sending this out to brands that ask for it, and also just going on the offense.
Yeah. Ooh, can't wait.
Hey, all right, everybody. Well, that's the end of this video. Thanks so much for watching. Go subscribe to her channel. I'll link it down below, and I'll see you all in the next video.
All right, see ya. Bye.